Welcome to Styrofoam Wars. You may know I make a lot of tombstones and used to use Loctite, I think it's called Instant Grab for foam board. Home Depot carried it. I had no complaints, worked great, and they stopped carrying it. And this is pretty much what they carry now. And making the Hellhound and also the Demon Horse, I was running into these problems all the time because I'm carving these tombstones now more and more. Well, if there's no air that gets in between, it never dries. And it was becoming a huge problem for me because I would carve in with some of my rasps and stuff like that, and it would gunk up the tools. And I got to stop what I'm doing and then carve it all out and get it all out and start carving them again just to gunk it up again. So, fast forward, or go back about 6 months, and a fellow member on Halloween forum, I'm sorry, I can't remember the name, please leave it in the comments, but told me that I should look at Glidden Gripper. It's a paint primer, this right here. And I'm like, a paint primer, right? Yeah, I hear it glues styrofoam good. So, alright, and so I tested it out. I painted it and I weighed it down and I pulled on it, and this was like a couple of days afterwards. I'm like, wow, that's pretty good, and toss it in my pile. Because this was before I was really into the demon dog, or the hellhound. And after the frustration with this, I found this again, and I'm like, let's give it a shot, right? So you can see I started prying away at this thing, and I cut off a piece of it, and you're going to see this unbelievable grip that it has. And this has been curing for like 6 months, forever. And you can't get it out. So I'm like, wow, this is awesome, right? Well, at the same time, I've been getting these other glues. I was trying this. I hadn't tried this. I was considering trying this. And I thought, well, let's pin them up against each other. And so in the tape that you're going to see is all of the tests. And there's a surprise.
So here's that foamboard caulk. After day 1, look how wet. What a mess. This is day 2. Still wet. And day 3. Alright, he's grabbing a little bit. Still wet. Ugh. So here's how I applied all the glues. Followed the instructions. Gorilla Glue says wet one side of it. And I tried it scratched, unscratched, 24 hours, 48 hours. This is Foam Fusion. Instructions says scratch both sides, or I called them, and apply it on both sides. Same thing with the Styro Goo. Glidden Gripper, I just applied it on one side, on the unscratched. And here's our great stuff with the mess. Scraping that off. And then the spray adhesive. You know, about 15 minutes after that, I realized that board isn't the straightest board, so I weighted it individually with some stuff around the tool room. Here's the results, worst performing to best performing. And of the test, which one gave me the best grip? The spray adhesive? It don't matter. It's just crappy all the way around and eats the foam. Ugh. Styro Goo. 48 hours scratch. Could still pull it apart. Nope. Let me get that. And it's still a little sticky. Foam Fusion had to get the pry bar, the 6-in-1 tool, out for this one. But could still pry it apart. And after 48 hours, it's still a little wet. Alright, now we're getting into some serious contenders here. The Gorilla Glue. Tough. Tough stuff. I mean, I am really cranking away here, and I could not get that apart. And now the foam is starting to break, so I had to clear that right up there. Yes! Great stuff, same thing. It really had to pry away. The foam is breaking away. So yay, I'm liking the great stuff too. There's no way you're gonna get that apart. But the surprise winner, Glidden Gripper. Holy smokes, could not pry this one apart either. This is after 48 hours, not even having to pre-scratch the surface, just painting one side, you get full coverage. I mean, the stuff's cheap. You can get it at Home Depot. Ah, it's a miracle. Anyway, I declare this the winner of the Styrofoam Glue Wars.
So, yay! I did want to point out, I probably will still use this almost like for caulking, because if it has air, it glues really great. So it's going to be for where the tombstones meet the base. Maybe where the PVC is popped in the center, because there's still some air in there. Anywhere where there's air, this will work out really good. And it has the volume to it to fill in gaps. So again, this is going to be used like caulk. Yes, it won't be used like crack like I used to use it. Anyway, my thoughts on the other ones. Useless. Don't even bother, it eats your foam. Oh, we already talked about that one. The great stuff was the second place winner. Unbelievable grab in 24 hours. You don't really have to scratch it. It doesn't make that much of a difference. The drawbacks are what really kind of pulled me away, though. It would be very difficult to spread it evenly on your foam. It is a mess. I'm trying this out. Somebody said that if you fill the latex glove, then you can reuse it. We'll see. I hope so. But still kind of messy. The Gorilla Glue was in third place, and it's a little bit more expensive. Still great grip. You do have to... Well, you kind of have to scratch the surface. The one that wasn't scratched was slightly easier to pull apart. Messy, a little harder to spread. You can probably use, I don't know, a piece of wood or something like that, because you're never going to get it clean again, so don't use a tool. You got to wet one side, and it's not the cheapest stuff in the world. Let's see, the Styro Goo. Man, I'm sorry. Just wasn't cutting it. Didn't really have a good grip. The Foam Fusion, not too bad. I think it's up there with the Glidden Gripper. This you can get at Home Depot. So that kind of pulls it out ahead. And I still think that this has the stronger grip. So anyway, hope you enjoyed the Styrofoam Glue Wars. It was kind of fun to do.